Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Celtic Rumours TV, episode number 170, the Bawz and Bovril podcast with myself, Big Jerry's ways the night. Evening, Jerry. Just on
evening, Mark. Hail, hail.
Hail, hail. How you doing, bird?
Living a dream, my man. Living a dream.
As always.
As always.
The link to our forum and everything, our Discord, and that's in the description box below. Everybody's more than welcome to get on there and join in there. A few shout-outs to some of the lads for the forum, of Paul and his missus. Tim Alloy, Richie, Glasgow Green, Malika, Welshie, Mikey, Sean 66, Wee Des. I think Wee Des was on here and we then came out of the forum as well. I think that's who I forgot the other night. Who have we got in the chat? Obviously, Bobby will have been first in the day. Again, hi, Bobby's right in there. Evening, Liam, Plunge. Evening, Jockney, nice to see you in, Jockney, bud. Thanks again. Thanks for coming in, all your support and all your links for that helping us get the podcast out there and that. Grot bags. McMulner, nice to see you, bud. Evening, Brian. Liam. Brian, Plunger again. Smell the glove, nice to see you, mate. Wally, thanks for coming in. Wally, bud, 420. How do you doing, my man? Davy Gallagher, Bobby 1962. Alec Forsyth, nice to see you, Alec. Davy Gallagher, nice to see you again, mate. Thanks for coming in. Oh, how many times have we started a podcast, Jerry, the last few weeks or months or whatever? And it's just basically been, again, a game of two halves, isn't it?
Yep, I know. However, I mean, as you know, I never watched it live yesterday. I'm not embarrassed to admit that, man. It's my nerves get shredded and I just can't deal with it. But when I watched it last night, after my old boy recording it, I couldn't believe it. I mean, the first half, we're all over the top of them, and you think there's only ever going to be one winner here. And then they come out the second half, it's like a total different game yet again. Don't get me wrong, that so-called penalty, never a penalty. And I thought that was a correct decision. First time around to book that clown. And then kind of backs against the wall. Again, the momentum, we're backs against the wall, and you're thinking, here we go again. You're just waiting for us to concede, and it happens. But it's me and you were confident, mate. We didn't think we were. I thought we would win. I certainly didn't think we were going to get beat. But I told you about the all the orcs that I'd met through the week that were constantly going to be 3, 4, 5. They all thought, for whatever reason, there's a lot of people out there thought we were going to take a spanking. And I couldn't see where it was coming from, especially with us getting our players back and starting to hit a wee bit of form at the right time. But I thought we played well, especially that first half. Some of the football we played was fantastic. Again, it's the same old final ball letting us down. Butland had a couple of fantastic saves. Could have been a lot more at half time. It's the same problems though we've had all season. No killing the game off, and nobody able to shut up shop at the back.
Just Terence here. He's at work tonight. Evening, Terence. Thanks for listening into his bud. As I thought, Bobby said there right away, the penalty that changed the game. There's no doubt about it. It really, and I'm going to say it by being as even watching it back. For me, that's one of the worst penalty decisions I've ever seen in any game of football.
I'm being honest here. I genuinely, did he touch him?
No.
See, the camera angle I've only seen for the behind Johnson, and obviously he's getting down, and I'm still yet to be convinced that Johnson actually makes contact with him.
But it was more a case of Johnson got touching the ball, and he was already getting down.
Aye, yep.
And that's when Johnson kind of made there was contact between them.
Aye, definitely.
Even Chris Fraser, nice to see you again, mate. Thanks for coming in. And
I was just
the worst penalty decision I've seen in any game of football, and I can think in my now, unless anybody in the chat can think of one even worse.
No, it's frightening. And to think, I thought, he made the right decision first time round, booking that clown for all his theatrics. I genuinely, I watched the game back with my old boy last night. He put himself through it again, and I couldn't believe that was what they got a penalty for. I genuinely couldn't. I thought when he books him for diver, I thought, about time. And then he for whatever reason, he's called over to that monitor to look at it again, and he changes his mind and gives a penalty. It's frightening. And then I watched Voldemort's interview after it, trying to say that it was a Stonewaller penalty, and then to say that Goldson's protecting himself, it's deflecting, it was never a penalty. He's a bampot, him.
And then said it was a great victory. It was a great. That's what he said.
Aye. Well, I'll tell you this. See that he can't win a crunch game, and that's the start. This has got to be the start of him. You're going to be right. He'll not be here this time next season.
No. He's see when everything's hunky dory and.
Aye,
you know what I mean? Going well, and there's press and that, and they're all blowing smoke up his backside and that, he's fine. But see when there's any kind of pressure, because, I mean, let's face it, they needed to win that yesterday. We didn't. We said it the last week in the podcast, and a lot of people are saying that, all the Celtic fans are saying that suits them better. And that, obviously, it suits us a lot better than them winning that game. We were quite happy. If somebody offered us a draw yesterday morning, we'd have took it.
Aye, probably, but I mean, I was expecting us to win. Me and you thought we were going to win, but see, they were all thought they were turning up to give us a doing, and that was a league over.
Aye,
they're playing at home, no fans, looking to kind of go 4 point, well, 3 points. If 4 points win their game in hand, and then they know they've got a kind of cushion if all else, if they get beat off us at Parkhead. However, they've been into that game, think they were going to do the business, going to pump us. We get that early goal, and it's a different. We played them off the park the first half. And that Tavernier, he's terrified of Maida, absolutely terrified of him. Maida's got his number, so it was just unfortunate. Again, we've said that we can't kill teams off, and we can't keep a clean sheet, but we showed a bit of a bit of bottle to come into and score the third. The first goal's do you think Hart gets an assist for that or what? Do you think Tavernier's getting an assist for it?
Oh, I don't know.
But it's good work again. Good work by Meira. Closing him down.
You could see right away, but as soon as Hart cleared that ball and where it was going, you could see Tavernier was. You could see that he was actually shitting himself. Aye.
Yep. Aye, terrified. And that kind of set the tone. Because as I say, I put my phone off and I'd text Big Jabber and that, and I'd fired the phone off, and I knew we thought they were going to come out all guns blazing. They had to, with their fans behind them and all the rest of it. And then we were getting the early goal, and that kind of settles us down. And then the penalty, I never seen it initially what it was given for, and then they bring it back to VAR. Stonewall penalty, and cool as you like, Mattarelli finish. It was outstanding. And as I say, we were unlucky with a couple of final passes, final decisions weren't they correct, and then with a couple of chances we should have scored, and then Butland's making another cracking save, and you're thinking at half time you're hoping we come out and do the same thing, but they have got to change. They've got to really go for it. And then to get the penalty is it's absolutely ridiculous. How that can be justified, and I see that cloud. I mean, even the booking that Johnson received as well, that was scandalous as well. I can't believe he got a booking for that. It was just turning that boy's going down as if he'd been shot. The same as when Scales came across to block him. He's rolling about holding his foot as if he's been stood on or jumped on. So it's frightening. And that's how I thought he deserved that, or he was deserving of the so-called booking just before he gave the penalty.
I mean, I thought, I'll be honest, there was that much going on in that certain teams in that game yesterday. It was hard to keep track of it.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, see, for about 5-10 minutes after the penalty, I thought we were down to 10 men. I thought AJ had been sent off.
Aye.
And I was sitting there doing, oh man, what's he going to? And I'm thinking, I'm thinking, why is Rodgers not trying to get Ralston on or something like that? And then I noticed that Alistair Johnson was still on.
Mm-hmm. Okay, it gave them, it lifted them as you'd expect. It gave them a bit of momentum. They had to go for it. I mean, they were 2-0 down. They get that played off the park first half. They get that lucky penalty, and then it just lifts them completely. But again, it was the right decision to pull it back for the one with the slack pass with Iwata.
Aye.
I mean, I've heard clowns a day saying that it was a joke, it was pulled back, but it was a right decision. Iwata had the ball, was controlled, he's brought down, and they've got the park and score, so they have no complaints at all. Our second goal
it was the beginning of the my crackling. It's the beginning of the passage of play, so that's where it had to get pulled back. But I mean, it was a blatant foul anyway, and it was about 5 foot. It was staring right at it about 5 foot away, and still.
I can't believe
didn't even give the free kick.
It was. It's where he was in relation to it, and he sees it. It's right in front of him, but yet he still lets them continue and goes up the park. I just couldn't believe that he'd allowed it to go to get that far.
And then the Kuhn booking, he's pointing about bits of the park.
Aye.
Bits of the park that Kuhn wouldn't even have been in.
Aye. Okay.
You know what I mean? He committed four wee like daft being fouls. Do you know what I mean? Up to that point, and then they gave him a yellow card. Well done, Jerry, just to give some people a wee shout out there. Feed the Bear, thanks very much for coming in, mate. Patrick McLaughlin, Michael Crooks, nice to see you, bud. Craig Young. I think that's everybody that's just joined in. Just talking anyway. But they couldn't bring. But see, that's the kind of. It's only recently I've kind of noticed it. Maybe the past season or so, I've somebody said to me to watch out for us, and it's the they stop the play. We niggly, daft, we fouls in that. They'll do anything to stop the play when Celtic's getting a bit of momentum. When Celtic's playing well and starting to get a bit of steam going. And they'll stop the play and it breaks up the momentum and stuff like that. And like, it didn't happen for them.
No. Well, my mate, James, he was going on about his last saying, look, it's no Rangers playing the end doesn't bother him. He says it's these VAR officials and the referee. He says we've got to try and get the better of them. Nah, we'll be fine. And then he texted me last night. He said, what did I tell you? It was a certainty that they were going to get a dodgy penalty at least. But it happens. But it's up to Celtic to call it out. And they won't. Look at poor Rodgers had to watch what he was saying yesterday after his after the game when he was getting interviewed. You're getting pulled up for saying the slightest things, and they're getting away with murder.
And then you've got that as soon as saying Chris Sutton's trying to influence the VAR people.
Aye. What about,
think the VAR people are sitting watching the game on Sky, listening to Chris Sutton and Ian Crocker and Kenny Miller. But the mentality that some of them have got, it's just unbelievable.
Yep. I mean, I'm surprised there's no more of them in the night. There'll be a few listening in, just absolutely gutted.
Just to kick one out there now. I think I even gave him a shout. I just see the names. Do you know what I mean? I don't mean.
Okay, quite right. Give him a shout out and all. Get him hearing. No, but Davey, for my work, if you're listening in, how you doing, mate? Hope you had a great weekend. He's a current bun and all, but he likes to listen in. He's undercover.
Well, there'll be a lot of them there.
They'll be gutted. There's Chris Fraser. Agree with you, my man. Ignore the mutants. But VAR will be watching Sutton, his 420 somewhere says.
Aye.
They're not even in the stadium.
I know. On a dodgy fire stick.
Aye.
Some of the decisions that wouldn't surprise me if that's what they're watching it on.
Well, you begin to wonder if they're watching the Rangers TV. It's a joke, but it's been happening all season. And then for Beaton to get the game and all, I thought that was the start of it as well for him to be awarded the game.
I mean, it's a bit of kind of FU to Celtic, isn't it?
Aye, we're the boss. I think that's what they were trying to do. And
then, exactly. I mean, but all the daft ones, they were all saying, you'll be too scared to get in against Celtic and all that. That's it. The fixes in and all that kind of part of, do you know what I mean? See, when it comes to these games, nobody's ever going to be happy with the ref, whoever it is. Do you know what I mean? Because it does my nothing. The constant, this Rangers they'll get the obligatory penalty, they'll this and they'll send somebody off and this and that. Just we know it's going to happen, but you don't need to sit and read it every take and comment on the internet. It's just, we need to get. I'm not going to start ranting about VAR the way the levels we have before about how we need to get the referees and the VAR that sorted. But I mean that yesterday again. Even if I was a Rangers fan, I would be raging with Beaton's performance. Jerry, you still there?
I can hear you.
Aye.
You hear me?
Aye, I can hear you now. Aye.
Well, I was speaking to a few of the mutants today, and I don't know if they were at it or we know they're deluded, but they thought that Beaton had a good game, try to let the game flow. I was like, what? But I know a couple of them thought he had a decent game, but hey, they would. So no, he's we all know what fit he kicks with, but it would be great if they could justify some of the decisions. But see, when you're talking about the VAR, see the camera positions for VAR, are they the same in every stadium?
Well,
do you know?
I think they just use like the Sky cameras. Did you know?
I honestly, mate, I couldn't tell you.
But they've got the access to like no. To be Sky guy, like go to camera 2, camera 3. I think they've maybe get them all. To be honest, I don't know.
It's just some of the positions you get to see the replay. I mean, we've spoken about it before. They tend to freeze it at the worst possible bit rather than bring it back. They tend to freeze it. We first noticed it with that Maida sending off in Europe against Atletico, and then Yang, obviously, with the Hearts game. But I don't know. Sometimes you look at the position of some of the cameras and you think, how did they manage to get the camera there? I wasn't sure if they were all stationed at certain points of the every pitch or what.
No, well, the can be because make the Motherwell one with the Jota.
That's exactly it. That's it.
You know what I mean?
But then yesterday, just every angle.
They said the TV camera was pointing in the right direction, so it must be the TV cameras they use for it.
Yep. Aye, you're right. You're right.
But see, I'm going back to just our own team yesterday, Jerry. See if we had a good striker on that part, because I thought Kyogo was really poor yesterday again.
Aye. Yep.
I really did. That was a problem, but because he had a right good few chances. But see the one Maida missed, but Butland saved whatever one. That was a poor miss as well, really.
Aye. No, he should have done a lot better, to be honest. But as you said, Kyogo, he should have buried at least one of the chances he had, at least one of them, and it was a different game. But he was poor. But I had a feeling that Big Ida was going to score if he got on that pitch yesterday. He took his goal well.
Big Ida done more in his first 5 minutes than Kyogo had all game.
Aye, he was desperate to score against him. He was desperate. I don't know. Butland you'd have probably said Butland should have done a bit better. I think it was just quite too close to him for him to adjust his feet and get down. But hey, he took his goal well, worked well when he came on for the short period he was on, and done well.
Feed the bear saying McGregor was sure he should have stayed in the bench. McGregor could never have been brought into that game yesterday.
Nah, it was poor, as was Yang.
Yang as well.
Aye, so the two of them were poor. But Awata was kind of starting to get overrun a wee bit at times yesterday.
But why not bring on Bernardo then? See when they took Hatate off, he should have brought it to bring on McGregor. He should have brought on Bernardo then, and then
I don't know. We all thought
bring on McGregor.
The way McGregor's played, I know he's been out for a bit, but the way he played against him this season, you were expecting. I mean, don't get me wrong, I was expecting McGregor to start yesterday. I thought he was going to start just because of his performances against them and because of what he brings to the team. Did you expect that lineup yesterday? We're at midfield.
Aye.
Did you?
I heard on Saturday that McGregor wasn't going to be starting.
Aye.
And I'd even said I thought that Rodgers would have started him, but I wouldn't have started him because I know what you're saying. But I mean, really, that has been his only good performances this season. Has been against him. It's I think the penalty kind of that was what kind of stumped the game kind of thing, that decision. But I think Rodgers could have maybe done the kind of game management a wee bit better yesterday. We could have maybe come away with the win. Let's not be kidding. We should have come away with a win. There's no way that Celtic should be 2-0 up at Ibrox and no win.
Mm-hmm.
Something went far wrong in that kind of set. For the penalties, things just started going wrong for us. Do you know what I mean?
You can't legislate for that penalty for a decision like that.
There's a camera angle, Jerry, and see if you see it, you can see the Rangers supporters in the background, and not one of them appeal for it.
Aye. Yep.
They're all kind of just standing shaking their head and pointing at like that Silva for diving. There's no one of them kind of pointing, shouting for a penalty or nothing. No reaction like that for them at all. Evening, John Fitzsimmons. Nice to see you again, mate.
Aye, no. So with their goal, they got lucky. I mean, the penalty, it was never a penalty. The deflection off scales for the goal. It's wrong foot at heart. So that's two kind of. But it's the lead up to these as well. We never covered ourselves in glory. And then the third strike, you had 2 keepers in there, and they wouldn't save that. It was a fantastic strike. So you can't take anything away for that. But we could have done better defending on the lead up to the 3. But we'll take it and move on. As I say, it's still in our hands. We know what we need to do. Win the next 6 games, or 6 league games, we'll win the league. That's it. That's how simple it is, mate. Game at a time, we'll do it.
Aye. I mean, I think the thing with this, I think the thing that we've got so many games at home as well, it sits in our favour too.
Aye,
we're only going to have two away games. You know what I mean? They're going to, they've got five out there. We've got 4 out of our next 6 at home, and they've got 5 of their next, and they've got 5 of their next 7 away from home, isn't it?
Aye, that's if this game. They're meant playing Wednesday night at Dundee. Is that away in it? We'll wait to see if that's going to be on. I mean, it's scheduled to be right heavy rain tomorrow, so we'll wait and see how this pitch copes. But who cares? They're irrelevant, man. They can do what they want, sing, dance, whatever, play their drums. We'll pump them when they come to us. We'll probably get them in about 2 or 3 weeks' time. We'll get them early.
Do you think so? Aye.
We'll get them early. There's no risk having it later on. I think within the next 3 weeks we'll have them. But
I don't know, because there's no away fans in the stadium, there's not going to be that much a problem, really, is there? You kind of police it so they might.
Nah, I don't.
Do you think they want to out the road as soon as possible then?
Aye, definitely. I think so.
I mean, that just shows you again. Sorry, Jerry. That just shows you again, but how kind of, I don't know the word, kind of how tin pot the Scottish League is. Any other league in the world would be like, right, we've got this. They're sitting there, and this could go to the last game of the season. We'll make that. Do you know what I mean? A league decides on the last game of the season. I think why they're going to set that up in Scotland. Do you know what I mean?
No, I mean it's because it's the random computer fixture list thing and all. It's up there with that shite. So no, I think they'll want it out within the next 2 to 3 weeks, mate. I definitely think we'll get them early, and we'll take it for there. That's my own opinion. I think they'll want it out the way quite quick, and we know that we'll be away. It'll be certainty. We'll be away to Livingston. We'll be away to Hearts. If Hearts make the top, Hearts are at the 3rd and 4th there now.
Aye.
We can't even get Livingston one. It's
they're Kelly, wouldn't it? Kelly will be night. Aye.
It'll be Hearts and Kelly. So I know the Fire is on to the Astro. I'm definitely thinking of that.
There's Patrick saying I'm guessing the 5th of May. That would do me, Patrick. That's the day after my birthday.
Aye, 5th of May. Well, we're talking about it with no fans. What's going to happen to them? Is it just going to be all right every time that we're at their ground that we get bottles and objects fired at our players and staff?
I know, it's shocking.
Yep.
Ridiculous. I mean, that was a half bottle of bucket that gets pitched on it, Matt O'Reilly, wasn't it?
Aye. And then apparently
I'll tell you.
We've missed with a few coins.
If we find out who threw that at Matt O'Reilly, you better hope the post get a hold of him before I do.
Aye. Wait about Southgate. I heard he was there in the stands.
Aye, checking out Butland.
Oh, I mean, he's had a couple. I don't know how many squads he's got left before the Euros, and he's up checking on him already. Maybe it was Hearts.
He's got to retire and go to retire and then go to the Euros. But they're saying he was up. They're saying that he was up watching Butland, but Joe Hart he could just have been up. He could be a Rangers supporter.
Aye.
Rangers, do you know what I mean? Rangers could be Scottish team kind of thing or whatever. Joe Hart could have invited him up, or you know, anybody. Could be there for any one of the reasons.
Yep.
I mean, Butland is a good keeper.
He's a good keeper. I think he was expected to make that last squad and never get in it. But he, as I said, I've said it before, I would have taken him. I'd have paid the money.
Aye.
And that he would have done a job. But that's for the summer. We'll wait and see who we're going to end up with in the summer.
I see they were meant to have put in an offer for a Turkish boy.
Aye.
Aye, 7.5 million. I don't know if that's euros or pounds. Oh, is it Trabzon or his fee?
All right, okay.
Celtic.
No, couldn't. Trabzonspor. I know you're talking the team you're talking about, but is that who we got that Kazim Richards for?
Ugorkan Kakar or Kakar, the guy's called. He's a Turkish. I think he's a Turkish number 1 keeper as well.
What age is he? Young or old or what?
No, he's 28.
That's good age for a keeper.
He's either a Turkish number 1 or Turkish number 2. But I'm sure I read that he was a number. He kind of one or the other kind of thing. But just a choice of whatever game.
Yep.
I heard Bobby saying Kakar, Kakir.
Kakar. They're where was it? Patrick McLaughlin. A 2-week break for the league after St Mirren.
Oh, you're joking, man.
I didn't realise that either.
What's that for? There's no other international break, surely.
No, I didn't think so. No, it'll be obviously the cup. Winter.
Aberdeen in the cup, aye.
Aye, but I didn't realise it was a 2-week break. I didn't think it was a 2-week break.
Oh.
But I hope no. There's nothing worse. Aye, Bobby's saying the G-Dog's saying the cup. Aye.
That's a week break you're into.
Hopefully, because I say the breaks are there's nothing worse. They're soul destroying when there's these Euros and all the rest of it on. I didn't think there was any more left. But I was hoping that.
Well, I thought there'd maybe be one, but no, during the league. But I thought there'd be maybe a get together, right. I don't know. I'm talking.
I'm not.
I'm trying to read up that. Aye.
I'm not interested in the Euros and all that stuff. I can't be bothered. I don't watch international football at all.
Neither do I really, but I'm going to try and give this a bash this time.
Oh, patch that, man. Patch that. Who was your man of the match for yesterday then, Mark? That's a hard one, to be honest. There's the one player in that we can't.
Carter Vickers.
Aye. I was going to say Carter Vickers, but he's the one person that he just brings total confidence, more confidence to the team. You're always a lot more confident with him playing than anybody else. And we keep saying all good teams are title-winning teams are built on a solid defence or foundation, and he's the man. We're lost. We're a different team without him in it. But for all our possession and forward play and all the rest of it, and hammer them the first half, I thought I'd have probably give it to Vickers if I'm honest. And
I mean, you know me, Jerry, I'll just kind of see it as it comes into my head of how I see it, kind of thing. But I was surprised that Carter Vickers wasn't. But I mean, this is again how poor the refereeing was. I was surprised that Carter Vickers wasn't booked earlier on in the game.
Aye.
Because there was a space of a few minutes and he committed about 4 or 5 fouls just in the space of a couple of minutes.
Aye. Yep.
I mean, I think it was Chris Sutton that even said when Kuhn get booked, he said he was mistaking him for Carter Vickers.
I know. I did have a laugh at that.
But again, it's just, I'm not that I did get Carter Vickers, he get away with it, and that's part of the game. He pushed the ref to the limit. Plus, early on in games, he's beating his due for that. Early on in the game, everybody's kind of fired up right at the start, and some fouls they kind of just let go and stuff like that. But just as the game was going on, I thought it was just with that wee burst of spell, I thought he's a certain to get booked. And then I thought, is he trying to? If he books him the new, he's going to send him off.
Aye, setting the tone, isn't he?
Aye. If you've booked Carter Vickers that early in the game, he's walking a tightrope.
Yep.
And that's the same for a lot of the players that when they're booked so early in the game as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like, right, he booked Kuhn, right, so see for the rest of the game, Kuhn, he coming back to help AJ in that, Kuhn needs to watch what he's doing.
Yep.
He's not got that wee yellow here that Mace Wingers kind of can use up during the game for you know what I mean?
Aye.
They know they're not getting back to help their full back cover. So have a wee pull back at the jersey to drop the boy and take a yellow card.
Aye.
Whereas now that Toon can't do that because of a stupid yellow card. That, I mean, even the foul wasn't that bad.
Mm-hmm. What about there Bobby just took the words out my mouth. Paul's pal, Cantwell.
Oh,
At the end.
that boy's a clown.
Off. Thrash
That's
piece,
him
man.
just going to the gallery.
Aye. It's the only thing he's done all season, I think.
He's put a picture up on his Instagram of somebody, like 3 Rangers players holding him back for Greg Taylor.
You're at it.
No, I saw it on Twitter. He's put that picture up on his Instagram.
Oh, that must be doctored, man. There's no chance.
No, it's his saying Instagram page. Guys in the chat will probably have seen it.
That's frightening, isn't it?
Guy's an absolute idiot.
Hold me back.
Aye.
Hold me back. And let him go, and he's wanting to hide behind him again. Oh, no, man. He's another one you wouldn't even let it get out the tunnel. You'd belt him. You'd belt him the chops.
TikTok Todd.
Is he they signed him, didn't he? Was he a free transfer?
No, I don't think so. I think they paid money for him, did they not?
Jeez, man. Whoever sold him, man, better with a mask on. I tell you this, what about that? See that Silva? There is not a hope in Hades they're going to sign him. No chance. Wolves should get investigated for spending serious dough on him. That's frightening.
He's terrible, isn't he? Absolutely terrible.
What? It's not as if he's going to sell calendars or he's up here to model the top because he's no broad chucky, that's for sure.
Looks like, as I tell you that thing about it, looks somebody delivered your Chinese to you, isn't it?
Oh, God. It looks like he's ducking for chips with that greasy hair of his. I see kind of on the Wolves site, but when I'm editing it and that, I see they all kind of keep up with how he's doing and all that. And I've seen it today, and one of them was like, he said he got down for a penalty, he says, and he got booked for diving, and then it explained the situation, and the Wolves boy was like, he's never going to make it, we'll just need to try and get rid of him in the summer. Nobody's going to pay. Look at the money they shelled out for him. They're never going to get that back. No,
and they can't just write that off because they're cracking right down on that financial fair play and that down in England.
Yep.
So Wolves are the Man United or Chelsea that can write off £30 million just to think that they're going to still be within the kind of rights of that. Do you know what I mean?
Aye. No, it's either done. Absolutely dug meat. However, I'm glad Dave Goldman know us because a lot of folk in January when they signed him started panicking. And I'm hoping I've got a right few mates that thought me and you were in drugs when we said we'd still do the double. So I'm looking forward to ramming it down their throat because I'm getting more and more confident as every week goes by that it's going to happen.
Look at your screen, Jerry.
Aye, 35 million.
No, look at your screen. I put that picture of Cantwell up.
Oh, aye, I see it now, mate. Aye.
Look, Greg Taylor's got his 50s ready to clatter him.
Aye. I don't know. He was trying to get Goat McGregor, but McGregor's he's wide.
Aye, McGregor is a wee wide though.
Huh?
McGregor is a wee wide though.
Aye, he's not going to get drawn into that. I think he's a clown with that half-wit, and then he starts to shoving, hope to try and get a reaction out of him.
Big Ralston was right off the bench, I know.
Aye, okay. So, he could afford to get a sending off.
But that's what we need to. He did feel like that yesterday. That's what our players need to remember when we get them at Celtic Park. I don't mean to act like animals and want to fight them, but just do you know what I mean? Just say, I'm going to have you in this pitch today. Do you know what I mean?
Mate, we'll play them off the park. We'll we'll have nothing to worry about. They've got that. The boy Seema, he seems to be a decent player in Sterling. I know he was playing at fullback. They started at fullback for him, but the two of them are half decent. The rest of them, I wouldn't worry about. And that big boy Dessers, he's a dumpling, an absolute dumpling. So, I wouldn't worry about it. But I say it's all about us. We just need to win every game in the league's hours. Start with St Mirren on Saturday.
I'm going to that. I think. Big Jabber's coming to pick us up and that.
So he says, man, he's always telling us he's going to jump on here and let you down. I wouldn't be holding my breath on him, man. Big shite bag.
Oh, G-Doc, no way, mate. There's no way. They've not got the capabilities to come to Celtic and get Celtic Park and get anything out of us.
Nah. I think they'll drop points.
A few people have said that to me. They think they'll drop points elsewhere as well.
Yep. And I'm hoping, I'm hoping, but I just think their manager's a bam pot. We've got a better manager, better squad, better team than them. But as I say, it's just one game at a time. They'll hammer. I think they'll hammer Dundee, and then.
Well, see this game for Wednesday night for them, Jerry. Did you see the state of the pitch before they played that game?
Aye.
I mean, I saw a bit of the ref or whoever it was through the bottom and just landed in the ground, didn't even bounce.
Aye, but see, I'm sure that
they've played a game on that now. But so how bad's that? There's no way that's going to be any better.
Nah, but plus for this, there's meant to be heavy rain, I think, the night of tomorrow, as well. So that's something we'll wait and see if this game even goes ahead for them this Wednesday. But I'm sure it was not that long ago.
Well, it'll need to be played.
Motherwell.
Aye, but the Motherwell's come out and says they're not allowing the split to go forward until this game gets played, I'm sure.
Aye.
So I think, they were talking about moving the game to Airdrie and all that, the Motherwell and Dundee game, and moving it across the road to Tannadice and all sorts of stuff. I think that game's got to go ahead Wednesday somehow.
Aye. Hopefully it's down the park at my part.
Get the 2-2s out and that.
Okay. Jabberton, running riot. But aye, it's all about us. We just need to keep putting the performances together and take one game at a time. And I'm confident we'll do it, mate. I'm confident we'll do it.
As I said, I'd have been more than happy to get a draw going there yesterday. But after the game, I'm disappointed that we didn't win.
I mean, they're a show idiots. They're all celebrating a draw, jumping about as if it's the best thing since sliced bread. Who celebrates a draw when their rivals are coming to their stadium? No fans, think they're going to get a doing, top of the league, all the rest of it. Nah. You're jumping about celebrating a draw.
And if you watch it on the telly, it's Big Baldermore that sends them to do it.
Aye, okay. You
can see it. He's going up, feel like doing that kind of lasso country dancing thing with doing the finger kind of. You see him doing that, telling the players to get round the park.
Aye.
And they're all going mental for a draw.
Yep. Aye.
That's cringy tin pot for me.
What's that, sorry?
That's cringy tin pot stuff for me.
Aye, okay. He can do what he wants, as I say. He'll not be here this time next season. He'll have his bags packed and all down the road.
There'll be somebody else that's this guy's got to revolutionise Scottish football and take Rangers to levels of that. Every single manager. Yep. That's what kills them, but.
And outthinking Rodgers and all the rest of it. Had the shite before.
But that's what kills them. They build up these guys like Mick Beale, absolute numpty, a guy, a total. I mean, the guy spoke in riddles. I don't even think he knew what he was talking about half the time when he was doing press conferences and that. I mean, have you heard the people, they talk a good game. He couldn't even talk a good game, that Beale.
No. If they had gave Gio the same amount of money, they would have been a lot better off. But I'm not want to talk about the clowns. I'm sick of talking about them. Anyway, what about the O'Reilly's dink for that penalty?
That took some guts.
Off.
That took, considering the penalty record and stuff like that took some guts to do that. I was expecting we just run up and blast it, keep it low and just blast it.
Yep. Aye,
Because
that's...
Aye, so shows you the guts he's got on him, the kind of calmness he's got about him. He can step up and do that, and knowing that. I mean, he missed one earlier on this season as well, didn't he?
Aye, yeah. I think our penalty record's been shite. We've missed more than we've scored. We've missed more than we've scored. And then when he was stepping up, I thought, oh no, here we go. Because I wasn't sure of the score when I went to watch it. I was just helped to watch it. And then when he steps up, and I think, no. But no, it was a wonderful taking penalty. Wonderful taking penalty. But as you say, it takes a lot of bottle to do that.
Hey, Bobby, thanks for coming in, geez, on with the mod and that, mate. Speak to you later on, mate.
See you later, Bobby. All the best.
See you, bye. Wee boy does taekwondo.
Aye.
Aye. A wee ninja in the making.
Good stuff. Black belt and bob it.
Aye. Well, Stiggs and Blanter, he'll need to learn to fight.
Aye. Growing up there. Rough as toast.
Aye, Riley's getting serious pelter, Patrick, if he misses that.
Aye, exactly. That's the first thing we'd always saying, which, just pick your laces through.
Aye.
Yeah, rather than this Nancy Pamsey running up dinking it. It looks ridiculous if you run up and dink it and make an ass of that. But
Pogba did. Do you mean to think what he used to do, take penalties in that? If I was an opposition defender, man, see when he was doing that wee stupid run up, I'd have just run up and boot him again.
I couldn't
stick
him. Nah. I couldn't stick him as a player. I really couldn't stick him as a player. Do you think McGregor's going to get back in that midfield for St Mirren? Which would you?
I wouldn't start on Saturday.
No,
I'd just go with the same team that started Sunday there.
Mm-hmm. Which does it?
See, McGregor, we're all agreed McGregor's been off the boil for. I'd say the last 18 months. In the last 6 months, he's been even worse for me. Really, aye, gosh, really. And people, it's like, oh, Awata, and it's just that people are thinking, well, as soon as McGregor's fit, Awata will get dropped. What if the performances of Celtic over the last few weeks, we've seen some, fair dues, we're talking about a game of two halves and that, but what if the good part of the team and the way the team's playing is the balance that Awata's bringing to the team?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
I mean, we all know McGregor's faults, we all know his good points, and if we could get him back to being more good than playing that stupid CDM role that they play him in. It's just, many times have we spoken about it. We all say we need a CDM, but if we're going to get a CDM, it means McGregor's got to get dropped out of the team.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Aye, definitely.
I mean, because let's face it, he's going forward, even moving further up the field, he's getting older and everything is that and that as well. I mean, would you drop Patati for McGregor?
No, we really need to. We can't be going on past performances and what he's done previously. No. The way things are, and if Tati's getting back into fitness, and no, definitely no, mate. No.
I mean, even Matt Riley's been a bit off the boil for the second half of the season a bit as well. But even the way Matt Riley was playing the first half of the season, would you drop him for McGregor?
First half of the season, not a hope in hell.
It's like, but even at that, it's a kind of tough. It's a tough one. There's something you would need to sit and kind of really think about. But the only way in the world you would drop Patati for him, a fully fit Patati.
No, it is. See, I used to. I've said it for donkeys. McGregor was always the first name in my team sheet. Mm-hmm. But the problem being, he's been, apart for the 2 games against them or previous games against them, he's been dug meat. He's been pish. But I think he's a fantastic player, and he brings a lot to the team with his work rate and everything else. But with a drop of Riley, no, I think as you say, with the balance and everything else, not. I think that would be my midfield three just now. I'll probably change my mind again.
No, I'd agree with you. My midfield three, probably for the rest of the season, barring injuries, has got to be really Awata, Hatate, and Matt O'Reilly.
Yep.
Until one of them have an absolute stinker or whatever. You know what I mean? It's actually, Patrick saying, I know that McGregor reached his peak last season, he's 31 now, isn't he? And look at the amount of games he's played.
I don't want to think of McGregor no being in that Celtic team and getting 2 all. You think, no, there's no chance he'll be there forever. But as Patrick's saying, it's the amount of games that he's played as well, consistently since he's come through.
Year on year, he's 60 odd 70 games a season. That's got to take his toll. Look at Kieran Tierney, the way we whipped him like a horse when he was younger.
Aye, but it's McGregor's been consistently playing these sort of games, week in, week out, getting about the pitch, all over the pitch, making the tackles. So no, as you say, Marco, it will take its toll. It will take its toll. But as Brian says, it might be used sparingly next season. But he shouldn't need to be playing every game. He shouldn't need to be playing every game.
And I've said that for the last couple of years. And I've said it as well to you, Jerry, and on the podcast before. I'd like to, I mean, will he get in? Did he get in the Scotland team? I know he gets in the squad, but did he get in the team as a starter for Scotland? Does anybody in the chat of that know?
I think he plays forward because he plays. I'm sure he said, what's his name? Mikey. He plays better for Scotland because he's further forward than who he's got round about him. I couldn't care less. I'd be happy if he chucked it after his Euros for Scotland.
That's what I was going to say there. If he gets into the squad to go to the Euros, I think it's time he comes out and chucks the Scottish scene and just concentrates on playing for Celtic.
All he's got to do is have a word with Brown. I think Brown said that was what made him have a longer time playing at the top with Celtic, was getting out of the internationals and allowing his body to recover and all the rest of it, rather than having to go away playing extra games.
And as well, I've said this to you as well, it's like, come see this game coming on Saturday, right? St Mirren at home. It's an easier game for Celtic, playing teams in the lower half of the league and stuff like that. Even if Callum McGregor was fit, Celtic shouldn't need to have Callum McGregor playing on Saturday to beat St Mirren at home. We need him playing, turning up and being fully fit and ready to go when we're away at Pataudry, at Tynecastle, when we're playing the Huns. But that's when we need Callum McGregor to make sure he's fully fit and ready to go. Just says he doesn't need to play every single game.
Mm-hmm. What's your thoughts on the boy Kelly?
He looks all right, didn't he, so far?
Aye. Do you think
he missed a bit of Saturday the other week, but again, one of the ones, he's only a young boy, probably had a wee bit of semi when he saw the ball coming into him. Do you know what I mean? He thought, this is my wee minute of glory here.
Of course, understandable.
He's a big bit of a laddie too, isn't he? He's got a bit of girth about him. Even Tim and on PS. DJ1, nice to see you again, mate. Rebel 86, just seen you sneaking in there as well. Nice to see you.
Do you think he's one that could be potentially playing there for us in the future?
I don't see why no.
Aye.
Well, at least give him. Well, he's obviously Rodgers thinks he's got something about him. So, as I keep saying, give the guy game time. There's no point in doing. We can't sit here and say, he's got to be a next superstar. He's got to be a next captain himself. Do you know what I mean? I've seen wee flashes here when he's got a wee bit about him. So, if Rodgers wants to give him more game time, I'm more than happy to see it. And then you judge, see, like next summer, you judge him if he's getting more game time of the year. Aye.
Yep, definitely. Do you think we're going to splash out Bernardo? Do you think we'll pay the money?
I think we will. I think we should.
If we do you think that means O'Reilly or Hatate after the off?
I don't think one of them will be away, Jerry. I don't think the two of them will go in the summer.
No, I would love to keep that midfield for at
another
least one
crack
more
at
season.
us. Aye, another crack at us Champions League.
Yep.
Even keep the 5 midfielders we've got the now.
Yep.
Like Calmac, Matt O'Reilly, Hatate, Bernardo. I'd be that midfield. I'd be more than happy just to get into the Champions League with that next season again.
Aye. Yep. We could get a right good centre half and keeper, I think, and centre forward would be all right. Do you think we'll sign Ida permanently? No. Do you think we'll put money in for him?
Well, again, it's a bit of a rough diamond.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? But he can't fault. He scored a few goals when he's come in. He's got a bit about him. He's if you just look at the guy and see him as a fit, he looks like the type of player we'll be scheming out for, a bit of physical presence up front in that. He's only quite young, and he's a grafter as well. And I mean, I've said to you before, Jerry, I was saying Ida, but knows we're number one like main striker. But if we're going to hopefully we'll have 3 strikers in the books next season by the time we get on running, I wouldn't mind to have an Ida in the mix on that. I'd rather have brought big Ida,
Okay, definitely.
And I stuck up for Big O, do you know what I mean? But I'd rather have him. I'd rather have Ida than definitely.
Yep. Aye. I agree with you there. What about Saturday? Who would you start up front?
I'd probably try and get Kyogo and I'd start with him.
Mm-hmm.
It's home against St Mirren. Hopefully he can maybe get a goal or two and maybe get a bit of his confidence back.
Aye.
I mean, there was times in that game yesterday where he was in the box and it was as if he didn't know where the ball was.
Aye. Yep.
Do you know what I mean? It was just I don't know which people say Rodgers isn't plenty of strengths in that. That was nothing to do with Rodgers' tactics, the mistakes and stuff he done yesterday. That's nothing to do with that. If he's got the ball at his feet, he should be know what he's doing. They're a big shite the bed in there now, Bob. Hey, Jerry, big Bob and Jabba.
Aye. Make sure he's taking it to that game on Saturday, Marco.
Aye.
Your whole weekend planned. Bob, Jabba doing this for you.
It'll be a prom night. I'm getting a wee green and white corset thing for my wrist and all that.
Carers pass. Aye. I would start that and all.
I'll not be taking you on Saturday now.
I would go with that and all. I would start Kyogo as well up front, and I was obviously Maida and Kuhn. It would be. I say that Kuhn's been playing really well. Apart from the weekend there, he wasn't the greatest. However, I think he's a very, very clever player, and I think he's just going to get better. I think after all the criticism and the stick that I dished out to him at the start, he's making this not just myself, but a lot of us eat humble pie.
Aye.
And I think he will be a right good player for us going forward as well.
I was expecting him to be a better player for us yesterday.
Aye, I was. To be honest, expecting a lot more from him.
Him and Hatate be like kind of were danger men kind of thing that would be at them constantly causing them problems. But
I thought the two of them were going to have that defence stretched and create a lot more space for Kyogo going forward. I thought it was going to open up more space because Maida's got the Tavernier and Toast, and I was hoping Kuhn would whoever they had at left back. The same way as I say that Sterling's a good big player for them. He's not a left back, but I was hoping he was going to have him and Toast, take them inside and out, but it never really happened for him yesterday. But I think he'll still be a good player for us going forward.
Definitely. See next season. He'll be dynamite for us next season.
Aye, I think so. I don't know who he looks more like, Larson or Paddy Roberts. I just can't work out which one it is.
He has got a kind of Paddy Roberts look about him, hasn't he?
I just can't think who he looks more like, Larson or Paddy Roberts. But I agree with you, Mark. I think I think he'll be a fantastic player. He's very, very clever, very aware of what's going on around about him. And sometimes you can have, I know it sounds daft, you can have a player that's maybe too intelligent for folk around about him. They can see wee things, but no, I think he'll be a cracking player.
What about AJ? Some of the guys in the chat are talking about Alistair Johnson. What's your
He's been shite
opinion
this
on him?
season. He's been shite since he came back. To be honest, he's no hit the same level of performance that before his injury. But he's we know there's a player in there, and you don't become a bad player overnight. I don't know what it is. It's not as if he's no match fit. He's been back playing for months now, but Vickers was the same when he came back. He wasn't that great, but I think he's back to his old self, even though I don't think he's fully fit. I think he's kind of back to the level of performances that we expect for him. AJ's, I don't know. I would still have him in my team before I would have Ralston, but I don't know. I don't know if I wouldn't say right back to priority.
No, I wouldn't say it's a priority. No,
I wouldn't say it's a priority. So I think it's no somewhere I'd be looking for him to go out at the start of the summer. He'd be saying, right, when are we getting this right back in? I think we're goalkeeper 100% because we're going to possibly lose 2. You're wanting somebody to play beside Vickers, and you're needing a striker. That's your first 3, and then obviously it'll be left mid, and then maybe somebody to replace either Hatate or O'Reilly if they go.
Patrick's saying you think we need another right back for next season.
If we do, Ralston's for the off. We'll not keep. Well, one or the other, Ralston or Johnson.
If we were getting rid of one, it would probably be Johnson, wouldn't it?
I don't think he's the type to play second fiddle.
No.
I don't think he would be playing second fiddle. Who knows, mate? Who knows? If he could rediscover the form that he had, then he'd be. I would be playing him. No problem.
I mean, before when he first came in, until he went out injured, I don't know if any Celtic fan that wouldn't agree that he was an upgrade on Juranovic.
Aye, something that we didn't think we were going to get.
Aye, and then again the injury. How many Carter Vickers came back at the same time, too, wasn't it?
Aye.
And the 2 of them were kind of lagging, a bit slow. But Carter Vickers, well, he went out injured again, but AJ's never really recovered for that.
No.
I think that was part of Calmack's problem yesterday. He just wasn't fit, and he should, even for that reason, he wasn't fit enough to go in that part.
Expect him for the time he was on to have a bit of the fitness. It's a horrendous game to come into, but you'd be thinking that his experience was going to get him through that. But as Roger said after the game, our players are just going to hopefully be getting fitter and stronger, and we're getting everybody kind of back. So we're in a good position. Everybody's going back and getting stronger and getting fitter. So I don't know. It's hard because it's always harder to come into a game than it is to start. I was expecting Calmack to start. So for me to turn around and say we could have been putting him on because he's not fit enough, bullshit. I mean, he's on the bench, so if you'd be expecting him to be able to do a job when he comes on.
Evening, Blackwinder. Paul, nice to see you, bud. If you knew Ralston's that's no threat, he wouldn't be. See, that's kind of, you've got to try to find a balance of that, Patrick. When you're not going to, it's like, we wouldn't have signed AJ if Juranovic was here. You know what I mean?
Aye.
There's levels of players that you...
See you later, Brian.
You off, Brian? Night. Good night, mate. Thanks again,
all the best, mate.
What was I saying there? And there's levels of players that will accept coming in as backup, unless you're Real Madrid and Man City and teams like that are throwing crazy money about. You know what I mean, sir? I mean, I like Ralston. He gives everything he's got. And again, against I'd even be confident playing Ralston against Rangers. Every team in Scotland, I'd be confident in playing Ralston, because I don't actually think he's as bad as a lot of people make him out to be. And he's one of the best crossers of the ball in the club, I think. You know, how many goals did he set up for Giacomakis when he was here?
Yeah, I mean, no, I can't disagree with that. I mean, I like Ralston. He gives you his all. You can depend on him. You know what you're going to get from him. He's a Celtic man through and through. But as I've said before, he is kind of limited. But if you want to progress and do better, he's no your first choice. He's not your first choice right back. However, he's more liable to stick about and be prepared to be back up than AJ is, because I say Ralston's a Celtic man through and through. So he knows that the only way for him is down. Any player really, any of that team is down, but it's a big massive range for him to leave.
Who would you rather have it right back, Ralston or Tavernier?
Look, there's no getting away from it. I can't stand Tavernier, but however, see, he's dead balls. They're world class, absolute world class. But he's great at making the defender wise. I think Ralston, to be honest.
Aye, definitely.
Tavernier, he was always good at arriving late into the back post. He's a fantastic crosser of the ball. His dead balls are fantastic. I don't know. He's just got one of the face when he's tired of slapping about. But he's.
As a right back for a defender, it's got to be Ralston.
Aye. But who's won more trophies?
Aye,
but I know Ralston defensively. Definitely Ralston.
And Mikey. Mikey's up late tonight. Evening, Mikey.
Aye, he's also been kicked out. How's the baby? How's the baby?
I'll fire a link out in case Mikey wants to come on.
Aye, no problem. No, as I say, Ralston gives you his all. He gives you his all, and does his best. Maybe Southgate was up watching Tav Penn.
Aye. Home it goes to penalties. They get on the penalty. Aye. They want beating the referee all their games.
Aye, maybe they know they're going to penalties or got to get Germany or whatever, and they'll need somebody to hit a penalty for them. It's going to hit the back of the net instead of the bar.
Well, did Southgate no miss a major penalty for them, didn't he?
Aye, Euro 96.
Was it Euro 96 one? I mean, there's a Pizza Hut advert with a few of them in that.
Brilliant, wasn't it? Couldn't have happened to a nicer person, a nicer team.
That was an England team. Aye, that was England one, wasn't it? 96.
We were 96, aye. Yep. Pearce ended up scoring his after the miss at the World Cup in 90. Showed my age now, ain't I?
Don't start that.
Aye, I know. But no, as I say, it's Tories. Ralston wasn't good enough for his first time round when Rodgers was here, and he didn't want him, and he's still here. But he's some right good performances for us in right important moments. So I couldn't grudge Ralston his place in our squad.
He's probably kind of a big personality in the squad.
Aye, definitely.
Because I've seen your player. He's through the club. He knows all the kind of, you know what I mean, helping the outsiders kind of settle in and stuff like that. That Odin Holmes was in Monte Carlo. Just that winder there asking where Odin Holmes. He was driving about. On his social media, there was pictures of him driving about Monte Carlo and that the other day.
I don't know what's happening with him. I really was looking forward to him as well.
Aye.
I was looking forward to him, seeing him, what he could do.
Don't know whether he's injured or whether he's lost the plot. Aye, the pictures of him driving about a big fancy motor on Monte Carlo.
All right for some, innit? All right for some.
Aye.
He must have had
Then you've cut up again, Jerry. Hello, all right, Mikey, bud?
How are you getting on?
Hi, all right, how are you?
Yeah, not bad.
How's your flu?
I'm a bit better. The wee man's still struggling, but because I managed to get a sleep this afternoon. That's how I'm up so late.
Right. Who was your take again
How's everything
yesterday?
all right? I'm just disappointed. Like it says, to be 2 goals up and comfortable to near lost in the game in the end. It was poor, So, but like it says, some of the decisions I thought for the manager, I was quite surprised with.
I said that
When
earlier
they
on. Some of the substitutions were a bit weird, weren't they?
Well, I've not. Like I said, I've only just started listening, so I don't know what was talked about earlier. But as I spoke to you earlier in the day, with McGregor coming on, like I say, McGregor and Jan Costa start game,
Aye. Even the live
Like
chat were saying the exact same.
I mean, if they want to have McGregor in the squad for morale or experience, or that's fine, but he should have been nowhere near coming on in that game. Like you say, Kuhn certainly didn't have a great game, but Yang, for me, like you say, he's showed nothing. He should never be playing for Celtic. So, but I just thought, like he says, just it was a strange game yesterday. Like he says, before the game, if somebody offered me a draw, would have took it based on the performances recently. I probably would have. But after seeing the game and how it played out, it was just sheer disappointment in the end. It felt more like a defeat than a draw.
I think a lot of people just felt like that. I know when Jerry said that earlier on, we'd have took the draw, but after the game, we were disappointed not to win it.
Aye, 100%, mate, 100%. I thought we were going to get the win. Me and you both thought we were going to win. I couldn't see us getting beat, but especially after being 2-0 up, it's you take it as a defeat. They're all going away celebrating a draw and they're at home. It's ridiculous, but it's still in our hands. It's still up to us if we want to win this league. We've got 6 games to go, 6 games to win. One game at a time, and we can do it. We're more than capable of doing it. But I say Yang was poor when he came on. I was expecting a bit more from him. He's again, McGregor with that pass out to him as well was a bit pathetic. Yang's wanting to go wide and McGregor's looking for him to come inside. It was a bit naive, but as I say, I couldn't agree more with the substitutions with Rodgers. I thought they were. He's normally his game management's quite good, but the timing in his substitutions was a bit poor yesterday. I've got to admit.
What I didn't understand is, like he says, if Hatate was going out his arse and they obviously took him off for McGregor, why would you just bring on Paulo Bernardo for Hatate?
Yep.
That's what I was thinking, because it was quite clear, even after 2-3 minutes after McGregor was on, that he wasn't fit enough to play.
Aye. To be honest, Mark, you had said that about bringing Bernardo on for Hatate.
It was just for me. It was the sensible thing to do, the sensible choice. It was a gamble. It wasn't a gamble putting McGregor into that game yesterday, and it backfired. It backfired big time on us.
But that's what I didn't understand. Like no disrespect to McGregor or that, but we didn't need him yesterday to get over the line. There was players out with McGregor that could have came on, that could have did what he was going to do. You know what I mean? Put that ball to Yang. That Yang should have just been hugging the touchline with Bawz going out wide to just run up the wing. How would he be coming inside for that bar?
I've got to agree with that, Mikey. I thought that as well, that he should have been going wide rather than coming in. I'd have been expecting McGregor to put it into that channel as well, mate, to be honest.
But I was talking about Mark after the game yesterday and that as well. But Kyogo up front against Rangers, I mean, so poor. Like he says, his overall play so lackadaisical. There's just no conviction in his play just now. No, I mean, like I honestly believe if Adam Ida started yesterday, and I said this to Mark, I never thought I would ever say this over Kyogo. Like, if he started yesterday, I think we could have been 3 or 4 up at the half.
Oh, but definitely would have been. I mean, before you came on there, Mike, I was saying to Jerry, people going about, oh, Rodgers isn't plenty Kyogo strengths in that. But if you've got, it's nothing to do with Brendan Rodgers what he does when he's got the ball at his feet. I mean, how many times did he get the ball in about the goals yesterday and it was going under his feet and he was losing control? And so that's nothing to do with Brendan Rodgers' tactics or nothing.
Just his overall hold up play. Like you say, when Adam Ida came on, you felt that it was just a totally different game for Celtic when he came on. Every time the ball got launched up to him, I don't think he got bit at once. And the way he was managing to turn them, it was easy. And that's what Adam Ida isn't quick, but their Rangers have got that many donkey defenders that are that slow that he was easy able to play them.
That's the thing. Their 2 centre halves are atrocious.
Garbage, absolute garbage.
And as you say, the big man was turning them no problems at all. Shooter, I mean, the goals has never been the quickest, but Shooter's like a battleship trying to turn. There's hope for Jabber yet.
I think for the future games, I said I put a post on the forum yesterday, and I think that Adam Ida's got to start the remainder of the games going forward.
I said earlier on, Mike, I'd start Kyogo on Saturday against St Mirren at Celtic Park, see if he can maybe get a goal or two, help maybe get his snap back. If he puts in a performance like that, no, but big Ida for the rest of the season for me.
I'd still play Ida. Like you say, he deserves it. He came on, he got the goal. Like, and as a striker myself, if I'd came on for a striker that I'd never scored and I came on and scored, which ended up earning the draw, I'd be absolutely fuming if I never got the start of the next game. Adam Ida came on and did his job.
That's a fair point when you put it like that. Aye.
So I just like Kyogo's no. I wasn't like. I just think with how tight the league is and that you need the players that are on form. We've not got time to just play players to hopefully bring them into form. And Adam Ida's in better form than Kyogo, so I'd be playing Adam Ida.
Would you sign it? Would you sign him, Mikey?
I would still wait to the end of the season. I think 5-6 games to go to the end of the season. People say it's only 5-6 games, but that's a long, long way to go.
Aye. No, but I said earlier, I'd take him and have him in the mix. I wouldn't have him like a main striker or anything like that, but I wouldn't mind him being like fighting for a second, third slot in a squad.
Well, it's quite clear that O has got, like, that's him obviously done, is it, with Rodgers?
I just think so.
Do
you think Kyogo will still be here next year? What, 2 seconds, lads. Evening, Jockney. Nice to see you, mate. Thanks very much for coming in. And I don't know if you've seen earlier on, I said thanks for giving us wee plugs on your channel and that. I really appreciate it, mate.
Look at work out Kyogo just based on the way the seasons went and just his overall like demeanour. I can't see him being here next season now.
What about you, Jerry? Oh, sorry, on you go, Mikey.
No, I was just waiting to say, I just personally think just based on the way the season's played out for him and the way Rodgers plays, if Rodgers is going to be here next season, if Rodgers is here next season, then I don't think Kyogo will be here.
Like he's too good to be back up for his own game. But I agree with you, Mikey. I don't think he'll be here next year if Rodgers is here.
Well, like you say, Rodgers has got a different way of playing. It obviously suits the style of Adam Ida and players like Moussa Dembele and that we've had in the past. That's no Kyogo, is it?
No. I think that's fair comment, to be honest.
Like you said, I just think like
if Rodgers is here, and I think Rodgers will be here. I think he will, regardless of what happens. Rodgers will be here, and I don't think Kyogo suits his style of play.
And that must be frustrating for Rodgers as well, but I mean, people are giving Rodgers grief for him no adapting his plan to suit Kyogo's game. But if you're a good good enough player. Surely you can adapt to find a way to do what the manager's asking you to do. Mikey, you'll know you played at a higher level than any. Well, I don't know. Jerry played at a much higher level, but I know you played at a good level. But you could adjust to different coaches, Mikey, and that to how they wanted you to play the game. Surely,
Football's football. Like you're saying, I was a striker as well, and you're just there to put the ball in the goal. Whether you're coming in deep, going long, going out wide, at the end of the day, your job's to put the ball in the goal. And Coyote, people can say that the Rodgers isn't playing to his thing, but what about yesterday? How many chances did he have?
aye.
Like, what was he doing when Maeda actually put in a decent bar, but fell off the settee, like when he put it in? But when he put that header well wide, like what's he doing? That's what I mean. There's no conviction in his play just now. There was loads of times he could have ran through yesterday, but he kept like stalling it and cutting back. And I don't know again what's up with him just now. I just don't know if he doesn't know his role in the team or. I just don't know. Like I say, when Adam Ida came on, he just totally changed it was a different way of playing with Celtic because you can just play the ball long. It's always going to be held up, but.
Yeah, G-Doc saying about Big Ange coming out. There's not a hope in Hades he'll come back in for Kyogo.
No.
In that Premiership. No chance.
I think if Ange was going to come in for any place, it would be when he first left.
Aye. Yep. No,
I've seen a few folks saying as well now, Spurs will win for Hatate and that, but did Hatate not come out and say that he didn't really go on with Ange?
So everybody keeps coming out with the statements that they're going to come in for this and that.
Aye.
And as I'm probably bored of you with, their guys are all on 4 5-year deals. So if they want to come in for the players, then come in for the players. But they'll cost an absolute fortune. And if Celtic get a bid of 20, 25, 30 million plus for the kind of players, then fine. No,
Aye, that's it. If somebody did want them, they've got to pay top dollar.
I mean, I've got no problem with players. Like, that's what happens when you've got decent and good players. There is going to be clubs that are going to want them, but when they're tied into the long-term deals, then you need to pay the big money. And like I said,
good night, Jockey. Sorry, Mikey. Good night, Jockey, mate.
Hatate is a different level to, like you say, when he's fully fit and firing. I just think he's a different level to anything that we've got.
Yeah. But it's keeping him fit. That's the problem.
Yeah, like I say, this is going to be a big few games for him, because it sounds a lot of guys when what I'm going to say, but if he gets injured again between now and the end of the season, then I'd be looking to get him moved on for alright money in the summer,
Aye, yep.
Because you're only, like I've said a million times, you're only as good as how many games you can play in a season, and that's the same as Vickers as well. Yep.
Agreed.
Like going back to Vickers as well, Scales. I don't know, like I said, I don't know what guys have been saying in the chat about certain individual performances yesterday, but the Scales no give you guys the fear at the back.
Aye, he's done well for us, but I'd be looking for a better replacement than him.
Is that guy Narovsky? Is he fit?
I was on the bench, wasn't he?
I was on the bench yesterday.
He's too slow with the ball. I get the fear when he's got the ball.
I just think Carter Vickers obviously been quick and a lot smaller than Narovsky, or he certainly looks a lot smaller when they're beside each other. I just think that would have been a good partnership. Was Vickers sweeping him behind?
Or we need it because Narovsky's slow as a week in the jail.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. They must have scouted him. They must have knew what they were getting.
But that's what we're talking about there, Mikey, right? What about a player, right? If Carter Vickers is that good a player, why can he not move out to play on the left-hand side to let somebody that's not comfortable playing there? Do you know what I mean? I mind everybody used to give Starfelt pelters, he's a right fit at centre back. I'd take Starfelt back. Do you get what I mean? I'd take Starfelt back the more if we could.
Well, I've always said Starfelt, and because you can only base it on the partnership as well.
Aye, but everybody gets on about they play him or there. But see if Carter Vickers is that good, why can he not fill in playing as the left centre back and let Narovsky play in his natural position?
I'd like to see, like you said, and I might be, like you said, come back and it might come back to bite me. I just love to see Vickers and Narovsky playing together. But again, Rodgers just seems to hit hard on for Scales, does he? Like, there's certain players in that team that I didn't rate or have been well off form, but they still seem to play week in, week out. Like McGregor's been off it since the start of the season. So has Johnston. Scales has started off good, but the last 3 months he's been very, very poor. But they just always seem to start no matter what. Like Ralston's certainly no great like world beater, but surely he's deserved the chance over Johnson in the last 2-3 months.
You said that earlier on. Johnson's not been the same if he came back for that injury.
No.
And Ralston for me, I said it, Mikey. I think for me, Ralston's better going forward than Johnson.
Johnson's puts in a pretty poor ball. Like Ralston's a good squad player. But when we first signed Johnson, the first 6 months we talked about on this, like I thought he was going to be like Tierney kind of level. I thought he was going to get into that kind of mold, but he just seems to have just fell off it. Which I'm surprised with, but you never know. You might pick it up, but he's another one next season. I think if we've got a decent offer, I'm not sure if he'd be there.
Maybe. I mean, there'll be players that we think will not be sold in the summer that will be. You know what I mean? Even in the background, you know what I mean?
I've heard rumours, obviously, because there's that much money in the MLS now. No. With all the TV deals and that Johnston was wanting to go back to the MLS because he was homesick, but that might be just bollocks. But that was the rumours I've heard for the last 4 to 8 weeks. But
hopefully we get, if it does then fair dues, but hopefully we get a good wedge for him.
Well, the money in the MLS just now is massive, so I don't know how much Celtic would want for him, but like he says, we'll get more than what they paid for him anyway.
I mean, when we saw him, as you said, Mikey, we thought he was going to be different gravy, but it's not this season especially. But he's not irreplaceable. I'd be happy enough with Johnson next season, but I wouldn't be upset if we did sell him and get good money and get a better player in. Do you know what I mean by that?
But that tells you exactly on how he's performed.
Aye. It's not a desperate position that we need, in my opinion.
I thought it was interesting in the news the last couple of days with the Turkish goalkeeper.
What's he like, Mikey?
Yeah, he's a top keeper, but there'll be guys in the chat that'll be like, here he goes again. But is that not just similar to Livakovic?
Aye, Mark too, that's it.
Similar age, similar fee. Like,
drag out all summer.
Yeah. I mean, if they got him, like he's a top goalkeeper. I was just surprised that they were linked with. Normally, it's a reserve or a 21-year-old that's never made it at Man United or something. No, what I mean. Like, I was just surprised that they were actually linked to a seasoned professional for that kind of money.
Is he the Turkish number one?
Yeah, that's what I mean. He'll cost big money, him, like.
That was a kind of left field thing when I read it earlier on, but again, I don't know if it's true, but hopefully that's a level that we're aiming at, Mikey. Do you know what I mean? That's what we're in it. That's the kind of level we should be aiming for.
Well, that's what I mean. Like he's ranked as the number one goalkeeper and playing in the Turkish league just now. Well, Livakovic, he's number 2. He plays for Fenerbahce, obviously. So he's based on stats and whatnot. He's outperformed Livakovic this season. So. Like he must be something like that.
Aye. I don't think that'll stick with Celtic fans, Mikey. He's outperformed him. But he's done what we said he's done, isn't it? Barkas.
Barkas has did well in the Eredivisie this year. But then you need to also look at it as well, so in the terms like that Sam Lammers that they signed. They set like a record at the club that he's on loan for scoring at five games in a row or something. So like, you need to look at that as well. Like,
just look at some of the. Good night, Pete De Bear. I thought you were away already, mate. Good night.
Night, mate.
What's your team for Saturday, mate? You just go about starting yesterday as well. And but you're saying put Ida up front.
Yeah, I would definitely drop Kyle over. for either 100%. I say St Mirren and the Diddy's like Stephen Roberts, that Robinson, the manager, then seems to do a number on Rodgers. So, like you say, a lot of people see St Mirren and at home and think it's a banker. Celtic will need to be up for. I mean, if they're not up for that, well, the games that are left in the season, and that's a different story, is it?
Well, we need to be up for I think we'll smash them. We need to be up for every game this season.
I just personally Mark. What I said to you is like the reaction after that game yesterday, like the celebration for them, and like that Cantwell fucking being a dick at the end of the game and everything. That was like that day, like even that fucking idiot Clement, like he's that deranged fucking idiot imbecile coming out at the end of the game and going on about it. It was a victory for Rangers, a moral victory. What the fuck are they talking about? Like what kind of fucking Ranger? Yeah, that's what I said to Mark. Like he's a fucking. Can you imagine like Dick Advocaat that coming out and saying that after drawing at him to Celtic back in the day? That was a moral victory because you drew the game. They're fucking lapping up that shite, eh?
Yep. Aye, like Walter Smith or something. Do you know what I mean?
But then he came out and then that's what he says. It's in our hands to win the league. It's also in fucking Celtic's hands to win the league as well.
Aye, I'd love it to explain how it's a moral victory. What he meant by that?
It's a weird turn of phrase, isn't it?
Aye. He's a half-wit, but he's come out with
he's a clown. It's just anytime things are just going his way, he comes out with some just pure bullshit.
Yep.
Like that, even like the comment, like the after the game, I never got it. I never watched it. I just turned it off after it because I was steeped with the result. But the guy that was asking the question was like, "Oh, the penalty because you were given a penalty." He's like, "Well, we weren't given it. It was a foul, so it was awarded." It's like, why have you always got to like twist everything like kind of like somebody's like having a go at you? You were fucking given a penalty.
Playing word games with people and that kind of shit and that.
He's trying to say that Goldson was protecting himself and there was nobody near him, but it was our penalty and all.
Well, so I was speaking to Jonas this morning, and that's what he says. That's probably the 5th or 6th time that he's seen Goldson handball it like that against United in the past, and that time at Celtic when it's been about hands above. He said that's the first time there's a penalty being given. The only reason that penalty got given is because VAR was involved because they had no choice. It was like I put on the forum yesterday regarding Awata getting fouled in the build up to their goal. Like it says, there was no way that they couldn't have given that.
But that foul should have been gave, Mike, you right there and then. It shouldn't even have got to the point that VAR needed to look at it because it was a build up to a goal. Beating was sitting, he was standing there about 3 yards away from it, staring right at it and didn't get it.
That's what I didn't understand. Like, how could you not see that was a foul? Like,
that's the thing, mental, Mike. He probably did see it was a foul, but it doesn't matter. Because there was so many tackles on Celtic players yesterday that were the wee niggly fouls that were given against us. We weren't getting tears, and that's what I was saying before. You can make it a Jerry, and that it's like it breaks up the momentum of the game for Celtic.
Did they get anybody booked yesterday?
No,
that's mental.
They didn't. There wasn't one of them booked it. No.
Well, that's what I said on the forum. There was that Silver.
Well, it might have been one. I don't. Jack saying there might have been one.
That's what I said on the forum yesterday. Like that Fabio Silva dove 3 times.
He get booked? Did they know? Oh no, it was
rescinded. No, I got rescinded. I got rescinded. So yes, I mean he dove 3 times, but yet received not even one yellow card. Like that's that. How could somebody explain that?
I mean, see the one where he's rolling about, and see that bit in The Simpsons when Homer runs in a circle in the ground where he's lying on his side. It looked as if he was trying to do that, holding his face. Why did he not get booked for that?
Well, that's what I mean. But from that incident that he went down holding his face, Alistair Johnson got booked for that.
Yep, they said that. It was ridiculous.
I mean, just like that, things like that, it's unbelievable.
But that's what I don't understand is Johnson got booked for that, but you see that fucking dick beating, telling Silva to get up, like he knew that he was faint, like he was like, come on, get up. But then he booked Johnson for it.
The Kuhn one, Mikey, I was saying that, talking about earlier on, he's pointing all these, as if he'd made all these serious fouls out of the park.
And he never at all. It wasn't even him.
I said that earlier on. Chris Sutton said I think he mixed him up with Carter Vickers. He was putting her out to the right back position. No, the left back position, as if he'd fouled her there.
Carter Vickers.
Evening, Chilpall.
Carter Vickers and Kuhn, they look the same to each other, so it's easy to get them mistaken, is it?
Aye, it's here.
One of them looks about 18 stone and one of them looks about 3 stone.
Looks like, I was saying that earlier, Mike, he looks a bit like Paddy Roberts, that Kuhn, didn't he?
Yeah, I pity he wasn't as good as him. Well, that's what you didn't want to be talking about, like he says, and I'll be the first. Like if they'd got a legit draw and it was just arse collapse or whatnot, and that, then fine, you put your hands up and just something you need to say you need to be better. But that wasn't the case that game. That penalty decision changed the course of the game. It was a blatant dive. Like, how could they, like the foul? He kicks the ball, then makes contact with the man, even if he ran into his leg or not. So, how could that be given as a foul if you win the bar, then take the man after it?
Mike, I said that earlier on. That's for me. In all the years of watching football, that's one of the worst penalty decisions I've ever seen. Somebody put on the one they go to Livingston was just as bad. That was terrible, I know, but that yesterday was absolutely ridiculous.
And it's going back to the old Rangers. I was speaking to my dad earlier, and he brought it up. He says that going back to the Celtic Rangers games, old and new, going back to the old days, he says that the only decision he remembers as bad as that. I think he said before Met 5 years on side or something that was given as offside. He says that's going back. That he says that's as bad as that.
You cut off there, Mikey. What are you talking about?
Sorry, I was saying that when I was speaking to my dad earlier, and he was on about Rangers old and new. He says he can't think of the only decision he thinks is as bad as that with Fabio Silva. That dive was when Cadet scored at Ibrox one year or something, when it was about 3 or 4 years onside and got ruled offside or something.
Farry get his books for that, was it no? Oh no, that was the signing.
He says
so
that's
not
what my dad was
like. Get his books.
Aye, the goal with Cadet.
Yeah.
That was frightening. Can you remember that, man?
Aye. I'm just Farry get his books out of the registration. Aye, that was that was a terrible decision. I know.
That's what my dad. But that's what my dad says. He can't remember a decision as bad as that, and then that springs to mind was that one because of how bad that actual dive was.
Chilpall said as well. I said that yesterday. How did that penalty yesterday in Kyogo at Livingston wasn't given?
We were talking about that Kyogo penalty. Fucking hell, man, that was an absolute shambles. Like, yeah, he fucking literally drilled right through the back of his legs.
I missed. What did big fat Chris Boyd say about the penalty? I didn't see it.
He says that he was already on his way down, and it was never a penalty.
Aye, the Kyogo one. Aye, but yeah. What did he say about theirs yesterday? I never seen anything about it.
He says it was a Stonewaller.
But theirs yesterday was a Stonewaller.
Yeah.
See that? How's he fucking still get that job, man? And he's just sitting there.
Well, this is why, like he says, that this is my last season pine for any of that pitch.
Aye. I mean, there's you've got to kind of some kind of impartiality to be a pundit. I think you can be on there and you can still have your team and still back them up, but you don't make a pure fool of yourself.
See, I couldn't be, and that's why, like he says, and obviously it would never happen anyway. That's why I could never be a pundit, because I couldn't be impartial to a degree like that. Like I wouldn't be able to sit in that stadium yesterday and be able to watch that, hearing everything that was going on in that. It's just no, like how Neil Lennon can sit there and listen to that bile for nearly 100 minutes, and what was probably before it, like fair play to him, like.
Aye. Him and Chris Sutton must have taken some abuse just when they're even getting to their positions and stuff like that.
But,
I noticed Sky muted the mics in that as well for a lot of the songs that were going on.
But I wonder what will happen regarding what happened in the dugout. And then I think I read before I came on there that something happened with O'Reilly as well.
Aye, somebody threw a half bottle of Buckfast at him.
But that's what I mean. Like, what happened with that time that the glass was thrown onto the pitch as well? Nothing ever came of that, did it?
Nothing happened.
But then that's when you've got to look at Celtic as well, though, is it? Because what are they going to like? They're going to keep allowing that to happen.
Well, they've come out with kind of statements and stuff, and they're leaving it that they spoke to Rangers and the Police Scotland, and they're leaving it in the hands of Police Scotland, innit?
But wait, like all that shite that got thrown into the dugout and that, is that stand there? Is that not meant to be like
Snobs and that, isn't it?
well, if you can call it, I've got a few other words like it, but
Aye. But the dearer seats and stuff like that, isn't it?
like it's just weird, is it? Why would you launch a glass bottle onto a pitch?
Because they're not wired up right.
Morons.
Like, all seriousness, if that actually hits somebody thrown for that kind of distance, like you can kill some cunt with that, eh?
But if you mistimed your throwing, cracked somebody just in front of your stand, like one of your own fans, one of your fellow fans.
Well,
Result.
that's on them, is it? Okay, that's what
No, I'm
that's
talking
on
about
them,
Fury.
isn't it?
No, I'm talking about anybody. I mean, there's been a couple of incidents. I mean, I'm nearly 50. There's been a lot of incidents years ago at Celtic Park with that. But in recent years, there's been a couple of stuff, and you see stuff getting thrown in that, and it's no, and it's just stupidness. It's like stupid wee boys like throwing lighters and stuff like that. It must be. But I mean, getting back to even made the guy that ran on to attack Scott Brown.
Yep.
So, you get back to things like that. The stuff you see when they're going out to take corners and they're all getting pelted with stuff, and nothing ever gets mentioned about it, and nothing ever gets dealt with about it.
Ah, but it's
It's
not the
just-
first time. Look at was it no physio get whacked with a bottle?
Was it?
Aye, our physio
Yeah,
got
that
hit
was
with a bottle.
Aye.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I think they were saying Kennedy was, I think he was struck with a couple of coins as well, or just narrowly missed being struck with a couple of coins. Unreal that they're throwing money away. I mean, they couldn't spend £1 to save their club the last time. So they're going to fire a couple of pound at Kennedy, fair dues. But he's been missed. The bottle just misses O'Reilly. But as Mikey said, what's Celtic doing about it? Anybody else? I mean, if that was opposite way, they'd be going daft. And that's how the fan situation before. We couldn't guarantee the safety of fans. How are they going to do it next season?
That's what I was going to say. Like with this 5% push, like I've not read much about it like that, but if Celtic have actually agreed to that, then I'll be fucking disgusted like that.
No, well, it's agreed, Mikey, next season.
That's a
I
fucking
don't think-
disgracing, is it?
We'll wait and see what happens.
Like unless Celtic have just needed to say whatever and that, and then like this kind of thing that's happened, there'll be enough for them to say, oh well, actually, no, I mean like maybe their hand was forced with just regulations within the SPL, etc. But the 5%, like I've said, it's either all or nothing. Like my preference is just to be nothing. That's fine with me.
What's changed that they can guarantee you the safety that 5% of fans knew? It's the positioning on them that was a problem.
But this is it's a kind of European. See what they do for European games.
Aye.
The police and the security will just treat it like that, like a European game.
It's still
I
not
don't
the same.
No. I don't think it'll be sorted. I really don't for next season. I know they've agreed to it. I just don't think it'll happen. And as Mikey said, I would rather the money there anyway.
But see the thing about it then. The thing about it is, for the first derby next season, if it's at Ibrox, but where was the first derby this year?
It will be
It
at
goes-
Ibrox, yeah.
Well, at Ibrox next year, aye. See if
It's finished
when
at us, aye.
the tickets go on sale, Celtic fans don't buy them. No, I was just going to say that, but there's that many Celtic fans out there that wouldn't accept that. We'll get in there. I mean, it's like, see, I wouldn't have went to that game when there was only 700 Celtic fans here. Because what it takes is for you to take one round turn outside that stadium and you're getting leather.
I think it would have been a buzz. It would have been a buzz with 700 there with them.
Aye.
I think next season Celtic will be at home first, do they know?
No, well, we're finishing away at home, so it should start away, don't know.
No, where was the first one this season?
Was it them? Was it not?
Home, away, home. They were away.
We were away for the first one this season. We'll be home for the first one then, aye.
Home, yep.
Aye, we'll be home, aye.
I was saying to Mark earlier, that game at Parkhead with that much rider on it, and especially what happened during that game with the bottles and John Kennedy getting hit, and even aftermath at full time. I think it might be any of the most toxic games against him in many a time, like on the pitch and off it.
Well, I said to Jerry there earlier on, Mike, I feel like the stuff with Cantwell and McGregor and all that in the end of the game, that's the kind of thing Celtic players need to get into their head and use that to, as I said, I don't mean run about looking for fights, but use that as your drive for this game coming up at Celtic Park.
That's what I thought, like, what happened yesterday is, know that they shouldn't need any fuel for the fire, but the comment, like, everything that happened in that game, the way it played out, what's happened after the pitch, that fucking donkey in the interview talking pish about moral victories and everything, that, like, it should be an easy fucking, like, the Celtic players going into training in the morning, like, it should be fucking an easy fucking wind up to get themselves up for that, these next and up and coming games. Like you say, they've got 7 games, we've got 6. They've got 5 away and 2 at home. You know what I mean? We've got 4 at home, 2 away.
Well, when the league, don't worry about that.
I'm not, that's what I mean. And the people saying, oh, but our 2 games will be away to Hearts and Kilmarnock. So fuck. You know what I mean? Just get in and fucking boot them and just get the games won, eh?
Yep, exactly.
Just take it one game at a time.
Yeah, if you can't beat Hearts and Kilmarnock, you didn't deserve to win the fucking league anyway.
Exactly. Right, Marco, I'm going to need to jump, all right?
No bother, Jerry. I'm just winding up anyway, unless Mikey forgot to hang about for a wee while.
Thanks for having us, guys.
I'm good. I just came on for 10-15 minutes just to say
have a wee moan.
A wee moan, yeah.
Right, no bother, right, Mikey. Thanks for jumping on anyway, bud. That killed that wee half hour there, mate. Right, I'll speak to you tomorrow, that, right?
Cool.
Good night, bud. Good night.
Bye.
Right, big thanks to Jerry and Mikey there for coming on. Everybody in live chat, again, hope you enjoyed it. Just guys talk a lot of nonsense, I suppose, but you all come in. Remember to hit the like button and leave a comment if you can. And we'll be back on Sunday. We'll definitely be on Sunday night. Right, lads? Hail, good night and God bless.